You don't have to say a word, and yet she feels it. Attraction kicks in long before your first opener. It's what she sees. It's what she senses. It's what you don't say. The truth? You're already sending signals. Most guys have no idea they're doing it. But if you know what to watch for, you'll know exactly when she's locked in. Here are 7 ways you accidentally turn her on without saying a single thing. 1. The look that lingers. There's a moment, just a second too long, where your eyes meet and she feels it in her stomach. That's the look that lingers. Not a creepy stare, not a timid glance, a deliberate, anchored look. Direct eye contact, then the pause. Controlled. Steady, like you know she's watching and you're fine with it. Why does it work? Because eyes are primal. Her brain reads your gaze before she ever rationalizes your presence. Eye contact activates the amygdala, the same part of the brain that handles fear and arousal. In simpler terms, a bold gaze triggers instinct, and when it lingers, just a beat longer than expected, it flips a switch. It says, I see you. I'm not chasing you, but I'm not backing off either. The key? No darting eyes, no looking down. Look, pause. Then casually glance away like you've already made your assessment. That's the move. It doesn't seek approval. It delivers impact. That single look can plant the idea in her mind before a word is spoken. 2. The power of stillness. Movement is everywhere. Guys fidget, shift, adjust, over-animate. That's noise. But a man who's still, she notices. Stillness isn't silence. It's dominance without action. You're not scrambling to impress. You're broadcasting, I don't need to prove anything. When you stand or sit still, shoulders relaxed, chin up, hands settled, it tells her one thing. Control. And control is power. Not in a loud, overbearing way. In the felt way. The kind that makes people instinctively look your way in a crowded room. Psychologically, it ties to status calibration. High-status individuals take up space, move slowly, and stay centered. That's because people who feel secure in their value don't need to overcompensate. It's not just body language, it's evolutionary programming. Stillness signals stability, and women associate stability with safety and strength. 2 core attraction triggers. If you're standing in line, sitting at the bar, or walking into a room, try it. Don't pace. Don't tap. Don't shift. Hold your frame. Own your breath. You'll feel her eyes on you before she even realizes why. 3. The unbothered lean. You're sitting in a booth, one arm stretched out across the backrest, body slightly turned, legs apart in a relaxed V. No tension, no fidgeting, just pure, I'm good where I am energy. This position isn't laziness, it's spatial dominance, and it speaks loud. You're not taking over the room, but you're not shrinking from it either. The unbothered lean communicates comfort in your own skin. It says you're used to being observed, and you're not performing for anyone. There's psychology behind it. Research on nonverbal dominance cues shows that expansive postures, arms out, legs spread, torso exposed, are perceived as more confident and sexually attractive. Why? Because they mirror reproductive availability and a lack of threat response. Your body is saying, I'm not defensive, I'm not chasing, I'm open, but I don't need to move. Combine that with eye contact, and now you've got a magnetic presence. She doesn't hear you speak, but she knows you're not like the guys who shrink up when they're near her. You're not intimidated. That contrast, it stands out like fire in the dark. 4. Purposeful movement. This is where you make her track you. Most guys move reactively, darting across a room, walking like they're unsure if they belong. But when you move with intent, every step becomes a statement. Purposeful movement looks like this. Shoulders rolled back, not puffed up. Chest naturally open, not exaggerated. Eyes forward, not scanning for validation. Walk slow enough to command space, but never hesitant. This kind of movement triggers her mirror neurons, the ones that subconsciously read energy. And what does she see? A man who's in rhythm with himself. That rhythm translates to capability, focus, and presence. Key elements of sexual polarity. Psychologically, she picks up on certainty. Uncertainty is one of the biggest turnoffs for women, but a man whose body moves like his mind is clear. That's an immediate green light. Even the way you reach for your drink or pivot when she enters your space tells a story. Is it twitchy, or is it smooth and controlled? Here's the kicker. She's not consciously analyzing your movement, but her body is. That's how deep this runs. And the guys who move like they know where they're going, they get followed without saying a word. 5. Subtle grooming gestures. You adjust your cuff, roll your sleeve, run a hand through your hair, smooth your collar. Doesn't matter if you mean it or not, she notices. These tiny movements hit her differently. They're subtle, almost unconscious. But to her, they're signals. Here's why. Grooming behaviors tap into primal mating cues. In nature, when a male bird ruffles his feathers or a lion licks his mane, it's not just about hygiene. It's a display of health, confidence, and readiness. In humans, we do it too, but it's more refined. And when you do it casually, it reads as pre-selection and self-awareness. Specifically, grooming gestures do 3 things. 1. Draw attention to physical assets. If you're adjusting your sleeves, she notices your forearms. Straighten your collar. She's suddenly aware of your chest or jawline. 2. Signal self-respect. A man who takes care of his appearance without fuss shows he values himself, but doesn't need approval. 3. Create a moment of intrigue, especially if you're not aware she's watching. That authenticity, it hits harder than any scripted pickup line. The key here is nonchalance. Don't look in a mirror, don't overdo it. This isn't peacocking. It's about moving like you're used to being observed, but never playing to the crowd. Her brain processes these gestures subconsciously, linking them with sexual competence and genetic fitness, 2 major filters in her internal attraction algorithm. You didn't say a word, but now she's noticing you closer. 6. The masculine pause. This one's invisible to most guys, but when used right, it's devastatingly effective. The masculine pause is that moment where you stop. You take your time. You don't rush to respond. Whether it's during a conversation, a glance, or a reaction, you own the silence. Here's how it works. Most men feel pressure to fill space. They crack jokes, rush to reply, scramble to stay interesting. That's reactive energy. But the man who pauses, he creates tension. He makes her wait, and in that space, her mind races. Psychologically, this pause hits her limbic system, the emotional brain. It senses rhythm, timing, presence. When you pause, especially when she's expecting a quick move or fast reaction, it throws her off in a good way. It says, I'm in no rush to impress you. I'm thinking. I'm choosing. I'm leading this moment. It becomes a frame shift. Now, instead of you trying to prove yourself, she's paying closer attention to you. Her anticipation rises. That's how you create emotional pull. Use it like this. She makes a bold comment, pause, hold eye contact, then respond, slow and intentional. You walk into a room, pause for a second, scan, then move. You're not rushing, you're assessing. She asks something flirty, smile, pause. Let the moment stretch, then reply with calm confidence. That silence isn't empty, it's loaded. And it tells her you don't chase validation. That's rare, that's attractive. 7. Your scent, her trigger. This one bypasses every filter. It doesn't go through her logic. It hits her biology. Your scent isn't just something pleasant, it's chemical communication. And when done right, it becomes a memory anchor. Let's break it down. Humans have a vomeronasal organ, VNO, in the nose that detects pheromones, those subtle, silent chemical messengers tied to sex and bonding. Whether it's your natural body chemistry, your sweat during a gym session, or the cologne you chose, she's picking it up, often without even realizing it. But not all scents are equal. Here's what works. A clean, masculine base. Think cedarwood, vetiver, or sandalwood. These mimic natural signals of strength, age, and dominance. A subtle skin-mix profile. When a scent blends with your natural chemistry, it becomes unique to you. That's what sticks in her memory. The right dose. Overdo it, and it's repellent. Underdo it, and it's lost. 1 or 2 sprays, wrists, neck, chest. Let her catch it when she leans in. Studies show that women rate men's scent higher during ovulation, especially when the man has a high testosterone signature. In other words, she's biologically wired to respond to the right scent, not by choice, by nature. Even after you've left, if she gets a whiff of something similar, your presence resurfaces. You become the ghost in her senses, the guy she remembers, Not because of what you said, but because of how you made her feel. So next time you wonder why she's suddenly smiling at you from across the room, ask yourself this. Are you turning her on without even knowing it? Or are you still blending in like every other guy she's already forgotten? Think about it.